U.S. military says it carried out self-defense strikes in Iran, including on missile launch sites. News Iran, war live updates. Top Iranian negotiators arrive in Qatar for talks on peace deal. The Middle East live. U.S. carries out self-defense strikes on Iran. France 24 Iran live updates. U.S. forces conduct self-defense strikes in Iran. CENTCOM says ABC News. Breaking news. Latest news and videos U.S. Ukraine war briefing. Russia pressures U.S. to clear way for attacks on Kyiv. Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment, May 24, 2026 Institute for the Study of War Russia warns foreigners to leave Kyiv as it prepares systematic strikes. Russia tells U.S. to evacuate its diplomats and citizens from Kyiv. Bloomberg. What an America-Iran deal might look like. The Economist. What's in the proposed deal that could end the U.S.-Iran conflict? Rubio says Iran deal still possible within days despite U.S. strikes. The Times of Israel, Iran, and U.S. Netanyahu says Israel plans to intensify attacks on Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will intensify strikes against Hezbollah. Israel to intensify Lebanon offensive to crush Hezbollah. Benjamin Netanyahu orders Israeli military to step up attacks on Hezbollah. Financial Times, Israel will escalate strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, Netanyahu says. Muslims begin the annual Hajj in sweltering heat against a backdrop of war concerns. PBS, thousands of Iranians travel to Saudi Arabia in a tense wartime. Pilger 5 meters foreign pilgrims begin Hajj despite Iran war. Fears war has not deterred Asian Muslims from the Hajj. The Economist in pictures. Saudi security personnel on alert as pilgrims pour into Mecca for Hajj dawn. Daughter of Bondi hero faces torrent of online hate. Kyiv, Australia's spy chief. Anti-Semitism was left unchecked after October. Carney says Alberta referendum, dangerous bluff, and likens to Brexit. Overwhelming majority of Albertans would vote to stay in Canada. New poll finds CBC. Carney says Alberta is essential to Canada after separation vote announcement. Time magazine, Mark Carney warns Alberta separatists of Brexit-style regret. Financial Times, Carney warns Alberta not to pull a Brexit Politico. Spanish citizen evacuated from hantavirus-hit cruise ship test positive. Health Ministry confirms another hantavirus case in Spain. Euronews.com/Spaniard evacuated from hantavirus ship test positive RTE. China launches Shenzhou 23 spacecraft with one of 3 astronauts set for year-long stay. First Hong Kong astronaut launches into space on-board Chinese mission. Shenzhou 23 crew arrives at Tiangong as China MS path to 2030 lunar landing. Space News. Successful launch spurs China toward crucial first for moon landing. Science Alert. China sends astronaut on year-long space mission as it eyes 2030 moon landing. As new Iran deal faces sharp criticism, Trump seeks to widen Abraham Accords. See more headlines and perspectives on Google News. Could a Marxist take over conservative Colombia? The polls say yes. WSJ Colombia's pivotal polarized election could not be tighter. The Economist, Colombian presidential candidates WRUP campaigns with big rallies. Drone attacks raise fears as Colombians vote to elect a new president. News, I always hear them before I see them. Drones strike fear in Colombia. Trump's pressure had little effect on Iran's terms for a peace deal. The why Trump's possible Iran deal may be almost as divisive as his decision to wage war. Iran talks bogged down over nuclear program and sanctions relief. WSJ. Why Trump lost to Iran. The Atlantic Opinion. Trump's Iran exit ramp is a long shot. He doesn't have a better option. Police fire shots in air to disperse angry crowds at DR Congo Ebola Treatment Center. Young men storm a Congo hospital treating Ebola patients to demand bodies of their relatives. Ebola patients flee in attacks on DR Congo health facilities. Hobbling response. NBC News. Healthcare workers facing 2 dangers. Ebola outbreak and the physical attacks they spark. Oregon Live. Train bomb in Pakistan's Balok region. Why violence is on the rise. A suicide bombing near a railway track in southwest Pakistan kills at least 23 people. News blast targeting train kills at least 20 in Pakistan, at least 14 killed in bombing attack that derailed a train in Pakistan. The Pakistan train bombing kills more than 30 people, official says. U.S. launches self-defense strikes on Iran as Israel orders Hezbollah attacks. Iranian delegation in Qatar as talks on U.S. ceasefire extend. Qatar emerges as key broker in U.S.-Iran. Frozen funds dispute Iran international. Iran's top negotiators travel to Qatar amid intensified efforts to secure deal. Financial Times, Iranian officials in Qatar for talks on Hormuz as Tehran, U.S. downplay chance of deal. The Times of Israel. Trump to get routine annual medical exam 7 months after last visit to Walter Reed. UC Davis School of Medicine ranks among top U.S. schools. University of California, Davis Health. Private equity's impact on the practice of medicine. AMA Joy in Medicine Health System Recognition Program honorees reveal. Dr. Christy Page named UNC Health CEO, School of Medicine Dean, the University of North Carolina at Chell Hill. Artificial intelligence in military medicine. USU leaders highlight the future of health education. Can medical AI lie? Large study How LLMs handle health misinformation. Mount Sinai. Dr. Christy Page named CEO of UNC Health, Dean of UNC School of Medicine, UNC Health. The next frontier. Space Force Medicine focuses on people policy in 2026. Match Day reveals life-changing news for 121 UC Davis medical students, University of California. Match Day reveals life-changing news for 121 UC Davis medical students, University of California, Davis Health.